Hey guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel. This is Books and Tea and All Things Me, and I am so glad that you are here today. Today I'm going to be filming a review of the book A Court of Thorns and Roses. That's upside down, Lauren. A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and I just finished this book a few days ago. I really liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, and I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts about the book with you. I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler section here at the beginning for those of you who haven't read it yet, and just give you my reasons why I think you should, and then I'll tell you when I'm going to be including some spoilery type things. I do want to kind of give my gushy opinions about some things that include spoilers, so I'll let you know when that's coming just in case you haven't read it yet. But like I said, I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's my first Sarah J. Maas book. I have not read the Throne of Glass series, and I know I'll do it, just not yet. I'm not ready yet. So, first Sarah J. Maas book. I loved her writing style. She's so descriptive and so, like, not really poetic, but just so descriptive. Like, you really feel like you can picture everything that's going on, like you're in the story, like you're in the world with the characters, and I really liked that. But like I said, it's not poetic, so it's not like confusing. She uses a lot of really great vocabulary, but it's not over your head to the point where you have to go back and reread a lot. You know me, if you've watched my videos, I reread a lot because sometimes it just doesn't sink in the first time, and I feel like I need to really understand something fully before I move on. So I did not have to do this very often with this book. I really liked that. It made it a little bit of a quicker read for me, and I just really enjoyed it overall. I thought it was great. I'll tell you a little bit about the book just in case you haven't read it. So this is a book about a main character named Faerie, and she lives in a world where there are mortals and fairies. And there was a war long ago where they made a treaty as a compromise to stop the war, stating that the fairies would receive the northern part of the land and the mortals would receive the southern part of the land, and they would kind of live separately. And so our protagonist, Faerie, she is a mortal. She's just a normal human being, and she lives with her family kind of near to the wall that separates the two lands. And basically, at the beginning of the story, her family's very poor. She has to hunt in order to feed her family. And so she's out hunting one day and she sees this giant wolf and she shoots it. And you kind of see it like goes through her mind that it could be a fairy, but she has this hatred towards the fairies that she doesn't care if it is or if it isn't. And so she kills this big wolf, and a few days later, this giant beast shows up at their house and demands that she give her life in exchange for the fairy that she killed. And so basically she's given the option to either be killed by the beast or to come and live in the fairy land as an exchange for the life that she took. That's really all I'm gonna tell you. She does go and she lives in the fairy land, but I don't want to tell you much more than that. I like the premise and I like the fairies. I really love all the characters. I thought that they were really great character development. I really liked it. However, there were a few things I want to talk about, and this is where the spoilers are going to come in. So if you haven't read the book, you should leave now unless you want to be spoiled. Goodbye, I'll talk to you later. And for those of you who are going to stick around and hear what I have to say that have read it, I would love to know if you agree with anything that I'm about to say. So if you do, please leave your comments down below, and I would love to have a discussion with you about this book because there's just some things that I want to talk about. So, spoiler people, if you're not gone yet, bye, leave. Okay, so the things that I want to talk about in terms of spoilers, there's quite a few things. First, I just want to talk for a few minutes about how much I hated Faerie's family. Oh my gosh, I've watched a few reviews from other people and everybody else says this too, but I just need to vent about it for a minute because, oh my gosh, who are these people? Her sisters are so selfish. I just could not even believe how they depended on her so much and how she goes and she kills this wolf and she sells the fur, and then her sisters just take the money and they go spend it. I don't even know what they spent it on, but they spent it when they could have saved that money for food or something important for the family. Like, I was so angry about that part. So I know a lot of you have voiced the same frustrations, and I just wanted to say you're not alone. I also could not stand them. And I know that the story later on kind of redeems Nessa, but I'm just still not ready to like trust her at all. Her dad, her sisters, everyone, I did not like them. And then when the beast like provides for her family, or Tamlin, I guess, we're not spoilering anymore, so I can talk about it. But when Tamlin promises to protect her family, and then they're living in these riches and they think that they did it for themselves, like, what? Oh, I was so mad. I just did not like that. Okay, so I also want to talk about this curse and how specific it was. Like, what? So it has to be a human, and it has to be a human that hates fairies, and it has to kill one of Tamlin's men, and you have 49 years to do all this, and then she has to fall in love with you, but oh, you're wearing a mask, and so she has to fall in love with you for who you are, not just your beauty. What? So specific. I was reading that going, what the heck? Like, seriously? Yeah, I did not get that. I just thought there is no way on earth that all of this would actually have happened. No. So yeah, just a little bit of something that bothered me there. Also, did anyone else realize that Sarah J. Maas described Amarantha, or however you say her name, with two different hair colors? One scene, she describes it as red gold, and another, she says it's black. Did anybody else get that, or was it just me? That really threw me off. I literally had to go back and look where it had first described her, because I thought, like, this isn't right. I swear they said she had red hair. And yeah, she did. She did. The first time that she's described, she has red hair. Later on in the book, they describe her with black hair. I don't know. Anybody else notice that? Okay, another thing here. Faerie, I liked her, but she really bothered me sometimes. Like, seriously, all these people, including that freaky faerie that she captures that has to tell the truth. I can't think of what it's called right now. But they all tell her, Tamlin will protect you. So why doesn't she listen to Tamlin? Why? Why? She knows that she's about to go get herself in all this trouble, and she doesn't seem to care whatsoever. You're really gonna drink the wine after Lucien just told you not to? And you're really just gonna go do all this stuff that people are telling you not to? Because what, you're curious and you want to die? I just felt like she had a death wish the whole time, and it really, really bothered me. Otherwise, I really did like Faerie. I thought she was a good main character. I'm really excited to see how she develops now that she's a faerie. Crazy. I knew that was coming in the end, but I still was not ready to accept it yet. I thought maybe we'd have like one more book before she became a faerie. But that's okay. I am excited for that development to come in the second book. I think it will be really good. I think she's gonna be a great faerie. I want to talk about the love triangle a minute. Tamlin, I thought he was great. I thought he was a really good main character, but something about him, I just like couldn't fall in love with him as a love interest for Faerie. I just, you know, it wasn't like their relationship was insta-love or anything like that. They didn't just instantly fall in love, but I just feel like they're not right for each other. So let's talk about Rhys for a minute. I watched a couple other reviews, so I know that I am not the only one that loves Rhys, but I mean, I'm so excited to see where that goes and how she has to go spend a week each month with him. And just, I'm really excited to see what happens when she goes and she spends time with him, because that scene at the end where he like looks shocked and then disappears, I was really confused, and then I watched a few videos. I don't know why I didn't make this connection myself, but a couple of you were thinking that that means that they're like true mates or whatever, that basically he like imprinted on her like Twilight, and that would be so awesome. Like, I would love that. So I'm really hoping that that's what it is. I'm totally on Team Rhys. And did anybody else call him Rysand before you realized that there's a pronunciation guide in the back of the book? Because I sure did. I did not see that back there until like 3/4 of the way through the book. So yeah, I was pronouncing some things wrong, unfortunately. But Rhys, we'll just call him Rhys. Totally Team Rhys. Love it. Okay, Amarantha. Why did she feel the need to make all these deals? Like, if she's so evil, like they portrayed her to be, why on earth would she make deals? Why would she make up riddles and say that that's just gonna erase everything and then everybody can be immediately free? Like, why would she do that? She had the power to just kill everybody if she wanted to. So that just didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand why she allowed these outs for Feyre and for everyone, because seriously, if she wanted to take over the world, that's not how you're gonna do it. If you have that much power already, making deals is not gonna help you. I just did not understand that. I didn't think that it went along with her character as a villain. Also, I just want to say, I don't know, did anybody else get a little bit of like Goblet of Fire vibe from those 3 trials that she needed to get through? When they showed the maze thing, I just thought Goblet of Fire, even though it's a worm and it's a little bit different. I couldn't help making connections between those 2 things. So I don't know if anybody else thought. I just wanted to throw that out there. The last thing I just want to talk briefly about is the world building in this book. I did not like how all of a sudden Alice just explains everything to Feyre towards the end of the book. It's like 3 pages worth of dialogue just explaining everything. And that's not really how I like to discover what's going on in a world. I would rather have it slowly revealed to me, and I just didn't feel like Sarah J. Maas did that with this story. I did like how Feyre discovered some things on her own, like when she went in the library and she saw that map and kind of started to understand a little bit about the world, but I just felt like it was sort of a cheater way in the end to just blurt everything out in one conversation. And I get that they couldn't tell her things because of the curse and whatever, but I don't know. I just felt like it would have been a little bit better if she had discovered more on her own than what she did. So that was another kind of, something that sort of bothered me. And because of all these things that I've just discussed in this spoiler portion, those are the reasons why I gave it a 4-star instead of a 5. I really love this story. I can't wait to read the second book. I can't wait to continue on with the series, but I did just feel like there were a few things that didn't make it perfect for me. And so I'm sure that some of you guys share some of these opinions. I would love to hear your opinions of A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm so excited to read more from Sarah J. Maas. I know the Throne of Glass series I'm gonna love. I'm just not quite ready to commit to that many books yet, so I'll get there. I'll get there in a little while, just not quite yet. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed this book. I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. And please don't forget to like and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It means so much to me. And I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye!